Hi and welcome to another narration presented by yours truly, Cryptids Roost. If you enjoy this and other stories, please be so kind as to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. This will help with the YouTube's algorithm and will help promote the channel more. Now, even though I'm not yet monetized by YouTube, I have created some awesome merch for you guys. So please be so kind as to visit www.redbubble.com/people/cryptids-roost and grab yourself a t-shirt, hoodie, mug or even a wall clock or whatever else grabs your fancy. There's plenty there to choose from. Now the link is in the description, and if you would like an honourable mention, take a snapshot of yourself with your merch, send it in and I'll feature it in one of my videos. Oh, and don't forget to leave a comment, maybe even tell us how you would handle the upcoming situations. And finally, thank you everyone for helping us to reach another milestone. This week we topped 1,000 total views. Thank you ever so much. Keep up the good work. And finally, go grab yourself a coffee, sit back and enjoy the show. I took a job as a fire lookout in the middle of the woods. I found a strange set of rules to follow. Part 2. This brilliant series is written by Reddit user SquishyCabbage. I can't stop thinking about that scratching noise last night. What was it? It has to be an animal, right? Fuck, I hope it's an animal. I'm also trying to not think about that list, but man, it's hard not to. I brought it with me, just in case. Although I feel sort of silly doing it. I bet it's a prank. It's only my second day and I'm already being pranked. My mind is racing around the place. Anyways, I'm currently on patrol, just walking some of the routes and pathways, making sure nobody is camping in any of the openings. It's getting dark, so I think I'm going to head back. I'm just about to take a turn that will circle me back to my tower when I catch the glimpse of a campsite. Here we go, my first real task, telling campers that they have to pack up and leave. This area is for hiking only. I head on over. The campsite has been set up in a large clearing in the trees. There's just a single reddish yellow tent and a dried out fire pit. Hello, I call out. You can't be camping here. It's for hiking only. Silence. No reply. I walk closer to the campsite, veering towards the fire pit in case something jumps out of the tent at me. I'm such a wimp. I call out again. Hello? Is anyone there? Nothing. That's when I start to feel weird. Something didn't feel right. I can't explain it. It was just off. I'm sure whoever has set this up is just hiking and will be back, but it's already almost dark, which made me worry. Wait, there was a rule about this, I think. I took the list out of my pocket and quickly scanned it. Sure enough. Rule 8. If you are investigating a campfire at night and upon your arrival you hear a woman scream, run back to the tower as fast as you can. Okay, well, not okay, but okay. I've not heard her scream. It's just an empty campsite. There isn't even a live fire. I'll radio Alison. Alison! Hey, there's a campsite here. No fire, but no people either. What should I do? Whereabouts is it? Alison replied instantly. I gave her my coordinates after referring to the map, which I had to use my flashlight to view it, as it was getting to be complete darkness. I got it. It's just on the edge of my zone. I'll head down there now. You just go back to your tower, okay? Alison responded. Right. You sure? I asked. Positive. Head back. Be safe. Okay. She's the pro. I'll radio her asking how it's going when I get back. I was about walking for about 30 minutes, almost back at my tower, when I spotted a clear pathway that jutted off into the trees. Weird. I don't remember seeing that on the map. I thought the road I was on had no paths leading off of it. Figuring I had missed it in the morning and that I'd check it out tomorrow, I trudged on back to my tower. Once back, I sat at my desk just staring at the rules. I hadn't asked Alison about them and don't want to unless something else weird happens. Tonight wasn't even weird. I just found an empty campsite. No woman screamed like the rules warned. I've been sitting here reading the rules for about 20 minutes when my main radio goes off. Hey Oscar, I've dealt with the camper. He said he was taking a shit by some trees and wasn't aware he wasn't allowed to camp here, Alison explains. He must have been doing his business when you were by the site. I'm walking him to his car now. All good. Okay, thanks for dealing with that. Good night, I respond, feeling bad she trekked all the way out there for that as I got into bed. It's the next afternoon. Last night was fine, no issues. I'm feeling more safe and secure now and have left a list on my table today. I've spent the morning eating a lot. I think my appetite is growing due to all the walking round. I've just been staring a lot out at the woods from my tower, which is calming. It's time for my late afternoon rounds to make sure nobody is camping. But first I want to check out that weird trail that ain't on the maps. I get to it quite quickly. It's relatively close. And sure enough, it's as clear as a trail as any. It's as if it's been maintained just as well as the main ones. I trudge along it, not expecting much. It's a bit downhill, but not a hard walk. I've been walking for about 5 minutes, and I think I can see the end of the trail. And that's about all I see. Just an end. That's kind of shit. This leads to literally nowhere. Just a wall of trees. I'm just about to turn back when I see it. There's a small red handkerchief around the branch of a nearby tree. Interesting. I walk up to it, and just as I approach it, I see another one, slightly deeper in the woods, and behind that, another one. Oh fuck, am I about to be an idiot and walk right into a serial killer's trap by following these? Almost as if I want to prove myself I'm not a wimp, I'm gonna follow them. I have gone past 5 handkerchiefs, each plain red with no inscriptions or anything, and I'm about to reach another. The difference is that this one is on the ground, the rest were all on branches. Past this one I can't see anymore. That's a bit annoying. Sighing as I reach down to pick up the last handkerchief to inspect it. What the fuck? This is tied around something wooden, kinda heavy. I heave it up, dirt rises off a wooden door as it reveals a small bunker. This is fucking cool. It's literally about 10 feet deep and 10 feet wide. Has a ladder on its wall by where the door was lifted. I shine my flashlight in and can see a sleeping bag on the floor below and a camera. That's it. I climbed down the ladder. It was sturdy, felt like it had been crafted well. In fact, the whole bunker seems pretty clean for being an underground bunker. But there's literally just a sleeping bag in here and a camera with the charger plugged into the camera itself, but obviously not to any wall sockets as it's a fucking bunker. I picked the camera up and tried to turn it on. It's dead. It's a relatively modern camera, has a screen to view pictures on one side, which seems fine other than a slight crack. The main lens of the camera though has been smashed and looks like its days of taking pictures are over. I'm charging this when I get back to my tower. I'm excited to see what's on it. I'll radio Alison about it when I get back, otherwise she'll know I'm starting my actual rounds late. You'll never fucking guess, the campsite from last night is back. Hell, it looks like it never left. It's exactly where I saw it last night. Has this guy come back thinking he could sneak back to the exact same spot? I'm literally looking at the same reddish yellow tent in the same position. The only difference is that the campfire is lit this time around, which was the only other light provided other than from my flashlight. Annoyed, I figure I'll deal with this guy, then radio Alison the good news, that I dealt with it myself. I march up to the tent and reach to pull back the cover. I don't care if I give him a fright, he shouldn't be here and knows that. I pull the cover off. Wait, what? There's nothing in the tent. I mean, nothing. No person, no sleeping bag, no rucksack, just dirt. The fire is burning strong behind me as I swivel round towards it, scanning the trees beyond its fiery glow. It feels like something is staring at me. I quickly kick the fire and pour what's left of my water on it to put it out. I am literally plunging myself into complete darkness right now. The fire is out. I'm keeping my flashlight pointed at the ground because I can't bear to look at the trees beyond the campfire, still feeling uneasy. I reach to radio Alison. A blood-curdling scream pierces the silence, coming from the growth of the trees just beyond the campfire. Holy shit! The scream is one that I could never have imagined. It's a scream of pure pain, pure rage. A dark figure bursts from the trees, screaming all the while, and starts to run at me. I only make out part of its silhouette before turning to run myself, but I noted the shape of a woman, with long hair and arms flailing loosely by her side as she sprinted at me. I'm running through the woods that I'm only just coming to learn, staying on the path that I know leads back to my tower. She hasn't stopped screaming, still chasing me. The long, drawn-out scream, all I can hear, piercing my thoughts. Making a sharp turn on the path, I start to scream myself, although I can't even hear my own over hers. I'm over halfway back to the tower. Do I look back? Holy fuck, I can't. It'll slow me down. What the fuck? The scream is getting louder. She's gaining on me. How the fuck is she still screaming? The tower! I see the dim glow from the lamp I had left on in the hut above, breaching the darkness ahead of me, providing me with hope. I reach the stairs, bolting up them at full speed. The windy staircase is sort of uneven, so I'm stumbling every few steps, but I've yet to lose my balance. Halfway up, I hear her bolt onto the first few steps. She is fast. I can hear it. She is gaining on me, but I think I can make it. I'm at the top. I run into my hut, and as I slam the door, the screams suddenly stop. I'm wedged up against the door, adrenaline pumping, holding my flashlight like a weapon, ready to fight. The sudden silence doesn't help. At least when she was screaming, I knew where she was. My ears are still ringing though, as I stay heaved against the door. It's been an hour now since the screaming stopped, and since then I've not heard a sound. My adrenaline has died, but I'm still fucking terrified. I'm finally going to move from the door and radio Alison, unable to speak from the fear. If that's a prank, that's fucked up. Although, for my sake, I hope it is a prank. I flick the main radio on. Alison! I anxiously gasp. Alison! Fucking answer! After what feels like an hour's silence, but was probably only half a minute or so, I hear a croaky moan. That's not Alison, is it? It was a woman's voice, sounded in pain. What if that freaky thing that chased me got to Alison? Just as I was about to respond to check up on her, the radio sounded again. What started as another moan got louder, turning into a scream. It was the same fucking scream. The same scream that will haunt my dreams, tainting them in pain and anger. She was screaming through my radio. I slammed it off. Good morning, man. How'd you sleep? Alison chirped the next morning. Alison? I replied, wearily from my lack of sleep the previous night. What the fuck is this list I found? Wow, that was an awesome story. If you enjoyed listening to this narrative, be sure to pop over to the author's Reddit profile, SquishyCabbage, and drop them a line, or even give them a glowing review. The link to their Reddit profile will be below in the description. Thank you for listening. Now if you enjoyed this narration, then please feel free to like and share the video, leave a comment below, maybe tell us how you would handle these situations. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and then tap the notification bell and then select all. That way you'll receive all notifications each time I upload a new video. Now even though I'm not yet monetized by YouTube, I have already created some awesome merch for you guys. So please be so kind as to visit www.redbubble.com/people/cryptids-roost and grab yourself a t-shirt, mug, hoodie, or even a shower curtain, or whatever else grabs your fancy. The link is in the description, and if you would like an honourable mention, send in a snapshot of yourself with your merch and I'll feature it in one of my videos. Now, have you written a creepypasta story you would like me to narrate? Have you had any cryptid sightings, paranormal or supernatural encounters, or even had a creepy or terrifying situation you would like to share? You can submit all your stories and encounters to cryptidsroost@gmail.com. And if you wish to remain anonymous, that's fine with me. Now I also have a Facebook group, Twitter, Reddit and Discord. And if you would like to support this channel and help make it grow, my PayPal is paypal.me/CryptidsRoost. Again, that'll be listed below. And don't forget, where happiness is, fear is not.